on April 26, 1986, changed me forever. One of the worst nuclear disasters in history occurred. The explosion of Reactor 4 at the Chernobyl. Clouds spread across hundreds of miles, forcing thousands of people to flee their homes forever. The once thriving city of Pripyat became a ghost town. Nearly 40 years have passed, but Chernobyl still holds its secrets. Some say the abandoned buildings still hide clues about what really happened. There are rumors of mutated creatures, strange noises coming from deep within the forests, and hidden bunkers filled with classified experiments. I had always felt drawn to this place. I wanted to see everything with my own eyes. Nuclear power plant, a massive radioactive. One day, I decided to travel to Chernobyl. I lived nearby and had always been fascinated by the tragedy. When I arrived, everything felt frozen in time. The abandoned streets, the rusting road signs creaking, lingered in this place. It was as if the past still. At first, I planned to stay only for a short time, but something inside me pushed me to explore further. I came across an old library with its doors slightly open. Inside, the silence was overwhelming, broken only by the creaking wooden floor. Dust covered the shelves, and as I reached for a book, a handwritten note fell out. The note spoke of a hidden underground bunker where secret documents were supposedly kept. Those who tried to enter either never returned or came back with empty, haunted eyes, refusing to speak about what they had seen. The next morning, I set out to find the bunker. I walked past decaying buildings and rusted cars until I stumbled upon an entrance buried under debris. My heart pounded, but curiosity overpowered my fear. I carefully descended a creaking metal staircase and entered a dark, narrow corridor. Then I heard it. A strange scratching sound against the metal walls. It froze. In the beam of my flashlight, something large and covered in patchy fur darted through the shadows. It was a rat, but not an ordinary one. It was the size of a small dog with glowing red eyes and a twisted, scarred face. My breath caught in my throat, but before I could react, it disappeared into the darkness. Deeper in the bunker, I found a half-open door leading to a room filled with old documents and photographs. As I sifted through them, my hands trembled. I had just found a picture of a group of workers standing near the reactor. Among them was one familiar face. I leaned in closer. It was my grandfather. I had never heard that he had worked in Chernobyl. Why had my family never spoken of this? What had he been involved in? At that moment, I realized my trip here was not a coincidence. I was meant to uncover the truth. Suddenly, a deep, earth-shaking noise echoed from above. Something massive was moving on the surface. Then came a sound I will never forget, a long, guttural roar from the depths of the forest. It wasn't a wolf. It wasn't a bear. It was something else. I knew I had to get out. I rushed back to the surface, the setting sun casting eerie shadows over the empty city. The nearest safe place was too far, so I had no choice but to spend the night in an abandoned house. I locked the door behind me and searched for a place to rest. The house was old and filled with broken furniture. Exhausted, I lay down on a tattered mattress, hoping to get some sleep. But then, I heard footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Someone was outside. I held my breath and peeked through a crack in the window. A massive shadow moved past the house, its silhouette too large to be human. And then, silence. I don't know what it was, but I knew one thing: I should never have come here.